Welcome back to the Angry American. Now this one's really got me a little pissed off, folks. Kamala and No Balls Walls have come out in just the past couple of days, past 2 days, talking about how Donald Trump is going to use the military as his own personal SS, like some kind of Nazi bullshit. It couldn't be further from the truth, first of all. He didn't do that in his first term, so he didn't do anything even close to that. And anybody who knows Trump knows that's not what he's going to do. But they're just trying, they're throwing Hail Marys right now and hoping something will stick. But what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at a few clips of them mouthing the words of all this BS that they've been spouting. And then we're going to look at the real facts, which will blow your mind. So let's get right to a couple of clips. Here's No Walls Balls. We'll play him first.
Look, I don't say this lightly because I didn't, in my 60 damn years, I didn't think I'd ever see a candidate for president praising Adolf Hitler's generals or talking about using the military against their enemies. And I mean, it's pretty stunning. And I said, look, I recognize I'm on the top of his list. But don't kid yourself. You're somewhere on that list, too, if you disagree with these people. That's who they are.
So, I mean, they're saying the most ridiculous shit. And Kamala said the same type of shit. She had a press conference, a very desperate moment for her. Let's check out just a few seconds.
President Harris, he said he wanted generals like Adolf Hitler had. Donald Trump said that because he does not want a military that is loyal to the United States Constitution. He wants a military that is loyal to him. He wants a military who will be loyal to him personally, one that will obey his orders even when he tells them to break the law or abandon their oath to the Constitution of the United States. In just the past week, Donald Trump has repeatedly called his fellow Americans the enemy from within, and even said that he would use the United States military to go after American citizens. And let's
which he never said that.
Be clear about who he considers to be the enemy from within. Anyone who refuses to bend a knee or dares to criticize him would qualify in his mind as the enemy within.
You see what they're doing here? It's the most absurd, crazy shit. They're trying to get these pink-haired, nose-ring, thumb-shaped psychos who don't know which bathroom to use. They're trying to get them so worked up into a lather that they're going to just go crazy, like they did in 2016 when he got elected. I made a video about the riots in 2016. Let's get to some more facts. Here's another clip of numbnuts here yapping about some dumb shit. Where is it at? Right here.
The American people, he's the one who talks about an enemy within, an enemy within, talking about the American people, suggesting he would turn the American military on the American people.
Okay, so that's the idiots. No Walls Balls and Camel Toe Harris giving you their take and spouting their constant lies. I mean, they are just telling the most atrocious lies and hoping people that are just dumb enough, like a lot of libs are, dumb enough to believe this type of bullshit, this type of obvious, blatant lies. So let's get to the actual facts here. Check this out. The DOD under Kamala Harris just passed Directive 5240.01, which also authorizes the government to use lethal force against civilians. In her interview with Brett Baer, which is the one we just showed, Kamala claimed that Trump would use the military to target the American people. They always accuse others of what they themselves are doing. And they got the documents here if you want to stop the video and look at these documents, but let's watch this.
But we want to start off with a headline from Zero Hedge. It's a pretty hot headline. U.S. military now is authorized to kill Americans on U.S. soil. That can't be possible.
Yeah. See this video, they kind of break it down.
This would open up the door for the careless use, and if more frequent and legal. It'll be legal now, so nobody will have to worry about that. Send in the troops. We need you to shoot a couple of these people. Yeah. They're opposing our policies. They're demonstrating against.
So in effect, they just recently passed, and I'm going to let this play. They just recently passed this directive, or approve this directive, and he's going to tell you all about it, that does exactly what they say Trump's gonna do, which we know he's not gonna do that.
COVID rules or something they'll come up with against COVID rules or something they'll come up with. So I think it's very, very dangerous.
So here it is. Now, Zero Hedge picked it up from Armageddon Pros, which is a Substack which they often run. It says U.S. military now authorized to kill Americans on U.S. soil. Just ahead, intriguingly, of November elections, and that was my second thought, the military has granted itself permission to unleash lethal force on the civilian population. Again, I thought this has got to be an exaggeration, so I went and looked, and actually go to the next one because this explains what it is. Now, it's not a law; it's a DoD directive. So
What's
this is, the administrative state where they take over. They don't pass laws; they are laws unto themselves. Go to the next one if you can, because this is what they're talking about. And I went and I read this secondly, and it talks about a reissued DoD directive that was reissued just on September 27th, 2024. It governs the Department of Defense intelligence activities and now includes provisions authorizing lethal force in certain circumstances. And it supplants the 2016 version, which did not mention that. So I read all of this too, which is someone else's analysis. I said, okay, this sounds even more troubling. I want to go look at the document itself. And so go to the next one. I actually went and looked at the DoD directive. It's DoD Directive 5240.01. Now go to the next one. I'm just going to get to this really quick so I can, just so people, this is on their own website. Now this is section 3 of that directive. Assistance to law enforcement agencies and other civil authorities. Now go to the next one. Now this is levels of authority. This is section 3.3. Defense intelligence components may provide personnel to assist a federal department or agency, including a federal law enforcement agency or a state or local law enforcement agency, when lives are in danger in response to such a request for such assistance in accordance with the following approval authorities. Now here are the authorities. I'm sorry to get so far into the woods here, but go to the next one. Responding with assets with potential for lethality, and I underlined this, I highlighted it, or any situation where it is reasonably foreseeable that providing the requested assistance may involve the use of force that is likely to result in lethal force, including death or serious bodily injury. I'm sorry to bog the discussion down with that, Dr. Ball, but I really wanted to hone in on this is their actual document. It's not just someone's analysis.
But we want to start off.
So that broke it down for you a little more in depth. These people are crazy. My fear is that Donald Trump's going to win the election in a landslide, and they are not going to let go. They're going to do exactly what they accuse Trump of doing, or what they say he's going to do, get into office and then become king and never leave, become a dictator. Well, they are going to try and claw and steal this election. There is no doubt, because all signs are pointing to a Donald Trump landslide victory, and they don't want to let go. So they're gearing up. They're getting their army ready, and they're going to make up lies. They're going to lie, cheat, and steal, and then use the military to and call everybody who's, it'll be January 6th all over again. They'll say anybody who disagrees or said something that they don't agree with, or says that they cheated, or calls them out, or they're going to say that's disinformation and we're coming after you. Guys, it's going to be real crazy in the next couple of weeks, so just be prepared. Be ready for about anything, honestly, and make sure you vote for Trump. I'm not trying to instill fear. It's just, these people are unhinged. They call Trump unhinged. They're actually the unhinged ones. If you haven't voted yet, that's fine. Go vote now, or make sure you vote on election day. Just make sure you vote for Trump, Vance. This is just food for thought, guys. Be aware of your surroundings at all times, because it's just going to get a whole lot crazier in these next coming weeks. Peace. Peace out.
I learned about kids jumping on my lap, and I've loved kids jumping on my lap.